Hi all! Some time ago I showed how to eliminate the backlash in the upper hinge of the driver doors in my Audi A6 C5 car. It was enough to tighten the bolt that fixes the hinge axis, but for the sake of experiment I also swapped the upper hinges from the back door with the front one, since the part of the hinges that is screwed to the door is the same. Now, with the door open, there is no wobbling, it seems that everything is fine. But over time another problem appeared. In the closed position the door began to hang out, and on bumps in the cabin you can hear how it taps when it comes into contact with the lock latch. For comparison, you can slightly open the front door and shake it up and down a little. In my case, the issue is already in the lower hinge of the door. Not only are the washers in state of adjusting plates, but besides, the door is properly adjusted and closes with some kind of interference, as if something is blocked. Therefore, I decided to replace the lower door hinge. For this, I bought the same hinge at a dismantling yard, only from the right-hand drive Audi A6 C5, since the door hinges are the same. Door hinges can be replaced in several ways. Since I will be doing this alone, I decided to disconnect the wiring plugs under the driver's feet so that the door can be removed later. First, we unscrew the two bolts and remove the plastic protection. When access to the connectors appears, we disconnect the wiring from those whose wires go into the door. In my car, I disconnected 3 plugs. Then I took out the plug from the body pillar and tried to pull the wiring through the corrugation. To make it easier to pull out the wires, I removed the door trim. Only after that, I was able to carefully pull out the wiring with plugs. Next, take the Torx T45K and unscrew one upper hinge bolt and 2 lower hinge bolts from the door. To make it easier to remove the door, I decided to disconnect all the wiring inside the door. Then I unscrewed the 4 bolts and took out the door frame. At the next stage, I unscrewed the bolts of the lower hinge. After that, I had the door with one hand and unscrewed the bolt of the upper hinge. Remove the door and carefully set it aside so as not to scratch the paintwork. Next, you need to unscrew the lower loop from the car body. To do this, unscrew one bolt from the outside and the second from the passenger compartment, for which you will have to move the block with wiring and connectors aside. To make it easier to disconnect the block with chips, you can get a plug from the body pillar, and then you will have access to the latch that needs to be preset. Insert a screwdriver into the rack, press the latch and move the block with connectors to the side, after which a hole will appear through which you can reach the bolt. Unscrew the bolt carefully so that it does not fall inside the car body. After that, it remains only to unscrew the bolt from the outside of the loop. Next, take the door hinge that was purchased and put it in place in the reverse order. The final step will be to adjust all the gaps and, most importantly, ensure that the door closes normally. That's all! Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. See you soon in the next videos.